Hello everyone, today you're joining me for a special review. I am now driving the 2025 Aston Martin Vantage. This 2025 model does feature a new front end that looks way closer to the DB12 in design. They also tweaked a bit the rear end, but that's more subtle. I think generally this car looks way better than the previous model, the pre-facelift. I thought this one was starting to show its age a bit. Aston Martin also changed a few things inside the 2025 Vantage, primarily the screen, which now features wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is more than welcome. This was needed in the 2025 Vantage. One of my very favorite features is how everything feels, all the controls in the center console here. Whether you're just changing the volume of the radio, the temperature of the AC, everything just feels right. As I have mentioned earlier, I have now been driving this thing for the entire day, and one of the most surprising things I've seen are the seats, how comfortable they are. The suspension too, I guess, depending on what driving modes you are, but it is not as rough as I would thought it would be. Very comfortable, surprisingly so. You could take this thing on a road trip and have no issues whatsoever. The driving modes in the Vantage really affect how the car behaves in a big way. If you're driving in sport or in touring, the car feels relaxed. It's still fast, you can feel there's a lot of power there, but it's comfortable for a long drive. If you put it in Sport Plus or in Track, it just changes the car radically. It becomes way louder, the suspension tightens, and the steering wheel becomes immediately heavier to turn. A really great feeling. Unfortunately for 2025, the Vantage loses the V12 option, which leaves you with the V8, an AMG twin-turbo V8, which this one is powered by. Good thing though, the power bump. The Aston Martin Vantage now has 656 horsepower, which is a 128 horsepower bump over the previous model. So what's not to like? Maybe the price, right? As you might expect, this is not a cheap car, and it puts it in competition with a bunch of higher trim 911s, maybe an AMG GT63, some Ferraris, and that's a bit of the problem. The Aston Martin brand name is not as strong as these other brands. It sucks though, because this car is so good. I had an amazing time with the Aston Martin Vantage, and I am looking forward to sharing more videos with you in the future.